The truth may shock you, but you're not prepared to hear it. This is a pretty surprising finding. We were all mistaken, as the past day has shown. This cycle is entirely distinct from the others. This is the biggest Shiba Inu whale ever recorded. It turned out to be all a hoax, a trap that the Shiba Inu development team fell for when they arrived with a dire message. At last, the days we've been waiting for have arrived. There has never been a more insane time for the cryptocurrency market. So what is going on here? Here is a huge revelation that will change your perspective. My emotions are beyond words. Excuse me, what gives? Okay, I'll try to clarify. Important notice. Remarkably, the Shiba Inu pricing chart continues to astound us. To start things off, there was a huge price spike that everyone was talking about. Next thing we knew, there was a spectacular accident that caught everyone off guard. The price has been exhibiting no discernible direction and has been meandering laterally for the past 24 hours. We have witnessed nearly every type of price fluctuation in the past 3 days. A little break after some ups and downs. You can sense the intense emotions inside the Shiba Inu community, and it's captivating to witness. Everybody's talking about it, trying to predict what will happen next by reacting to each swing. Lucy, a Shiba Inu team member, stepped in to fill us in on the market situation. Unless you're dreaming, you won't see a chart going straight up, she wrote on Twitter. They seem to be playing a game of almost there with their repetitive up, down beat. This is all in good fun, isn't it? The official Shiba Inu account even got in on the action by tweeting a picture that urged people to hold on to their cash. All signs point to the Shiba Inu group wanting to reassure everyone that these wildly fluctuating prices are par for the course. They're trying to reassure the locals by acting as if this is only a temporary setback. That there is still a long-term goal here, even though there have been some setbacks, is something the holders can take comfort in. It's fascinating that Shiba Inu recently had a 3,000% increase in whale activity. The amount of huge transactions on the network has increased substantially, indicating that whale activity for Shiba Inu has grown significantly. The previous day saw 383 significant deals, the most in the previous 7 days combined. A whopping 8.27 trillion Shiba Inu coins were transacted by whales throughout this period. Consider that a huge portion of the total supply, 8.27 trillion tokens. You can't turn a blind eye to a change in volume of that magnitude in a single day. Markets typically prepare for big shifts when whales act on this magnitude. The magnitude of these transactions demonstrates that whales are preparing for what they anticipate as a forthcoming event, which is a strong indication that something significant may be in the works. Indeed, this whole incident is another evidence that major things are occurring once again in the shadows. But at this point, you may be asking, why is this occurring? Here is a rundown of what happened in the past few days, since everyone is anticipating massive gains this month. However, the month began with a precipitous decline in price rather than the meteoric rise that had been anticipated. Because of it, people started humorously referring to it as Rectober instead, which changed the vibe. This, of course, caused skepticism to germinate. Many were expecting a significant rise in October due to the build-up to the event, but when prices plummeted, the enthusiasm quickly dissipated. When things don't work out the way expected, it's natural for individuals to start to doubt things. Your faith is shaken when instead of a rise, you get a crash. The possibility that the substantial benefits may not materialize even begins to occur to some. It's only natural for people to respond in that manner, particularly in times of market volatility. Right then, Lucy sent out another tweet that made me pause and consider. First rule of the market, she wrote. Either when you sell or when you least expect it, it will start pumping. It's the month when unexpected gains happen. I was taken aback by this. Looking at it another way, the price drop that we witnessed was brief, just 1 day. So it's possible that something significant is still on the way. In the grand scheme of things, one price crash doesn't really matter. It can only be a temporary setback before things get exciting. I was reminded by Lucy's tweet that markets are unpredictable and that the best opportunities for gain usually present themselves when you least anticipate them. We might yet be in for a few surprises in October. However, in any case, I don't know what's going on because of Lucy's tweet, the market meltdown and the massive whale movements that are occurring behind the scenes. I discovered a stunning discovery. Just like someone said on Twitter, you have to tune out the background noise. The playbook from last year is still in use. Revamp the week, then do it again. We witnessed something really comparable last year. The market reversed course and began pumping following a series of precipitous price decreases that sparked widespread fear. The market is familiar with this strategy. A shakeout occurs first. which weaker players flee from out of fear. The larger players re-enter the market when prices fall low enough, causing a price spike. The strategy's advantage is straightforward. The whales may buy more at a cheaper price. They can get additional tokens at a bargain if they sow seeds of uncertainty and terror. They will drive the price up after. The selling pressure subsides and the weak hands leave the market. The objective of this cycle is to take advantage of the typical trader's emotional responses. In fact, this is what may be occurring right now. Assuming so, amassing a sizable token holding before to the actual pump is a sound tactic, and that's only scratching the surface. As you put more pieces into the puzzle, things begin to fall into place. I don't see anyone bringing up the fact that the price of Bitcoin bottomed out and topped out at almost the same time this month as it did 3 months ago, as an example of a tweet that states this. In this case, it was the 6th day, but I'd still call it close. The fact that each of these dates has been so consequential is fascinating. Finally, on October 5th, we will meet again to bid the monthly lows, the tweet concludes. All of the pieces have been put together by this fresh information. In doing so, it reveals a pattern at work, one that the typical investor would miss. These unexpected market shifts, such as the crash and whale activity, could be a part of a larger cycle if crypto values typically bottom or peak around the same time every month. It's not complete chance. Big players follow a predictable time frame to maximize their gains, and that's how it's happening. That sheds light on the reason behind the unexpected drop in pricing at the beginning of the month. It appears like there's a bigger plan behind this timing. It happens every time, and the knowledgeable get rich while the rest of us get shook to our core. Subtle market rhythms like this show that more is happening behind the scenes than meets the eye. Paying attention to the most recent price changes is simply part of it. If you disregard these signs, you can miss the plan that is taking place. If this is indeed the case, then the most pressing issue is the exact beginning of October. I believe I have the solution anyway. The majority of the so-called October gains will not materialize until after the 19th of the month, according to Bitcoin analyst Timothy Peterson, and this prediction is corroborated by historical statistics. October has been a good month for Bitcoin's performance since 2018, on average and on the median, with returns of around 13%. Any October that finished on a positive note exhibited gains beginning at the beginning of the month, so it's reasonable that people are frustrated by the year's sluggish start. Yet, if past experiences are any indication, we may simply have to wait. Before you give up, give it another 2 weeks. By the way, I assume you already know that Shiba Inus are involved whenever I bring up Bitcoin. Whenever there is a change in the momentum of Bitcoin, the Shiba Inu immediately responds by mirroring the price movement. Therefore, Shiba Inu should begin to appreciate in value later this month if Bitcoin does indeed begin its upward trajectory. Importantly, Shiba Inu sensitivity to Bitcoin's success implies that the Shiba Inu market will likely experience activity in due course. It all makes a lot more sense now why there has been a recent uptick in Shiba Inu whale activity. Market optimism has only increased after Lucy's most recent tweet, which provides much-needed context. In her view, the market is acting as a mirror for the worldwide upheaval, mirroring the ebb and flow of global events. She says that following the longest bear market in history, it is reasonable to expect that the massive supercycle that everyone is hoping for may take a little longer to materialize. This is because factors such as the impending elections and possible resolutions in the Middle East could alter the worldwide economic scene. Lucy stresses that Shiba Inu tokens and others like them are more than just a passing fad. There is actual value in the ecology of which they are a part. We need to have a strategic, long-term view of the market, despite its potential volatility and unpredictability. Given the current state of affairs, including whale activity and historical trends,